In late 2023, Omega released Summer Blue configured divers from the Seamaster 300 to the Pro to the Planet Ocean and the Ultra Deep. They all make use of varying shades of blue as well as blue lume and various dial textures. I think they look really good. Now this Seamaster 300 has a sharp fume varnish dial and a deeply engraved case back that features Poseidon holding a trident and then two different seahorses. I think it looks really good. Now comparing this to the standard black, blue, and bronze colorways, of which I am a fan of, I think this one really stands out. The blue is more eye-catching and the lack of old radium lume just looks fantastic. This design celebrates Omega's first traditional style dive watch that debuted back in 1957. This version has a sandwich dial that has triangular markers, and 12, 3, 6, and 9 are all done in Arabic markers that again are sandwich style. I love the simplicity of this layout, the lack of excessive descriptive dial text, the old school font, and I really enjoy the inclusion of the broad hour hand and then that lollipop style seconds hand. Before going into further detail, I just want to shout out Exquisite Timepieces quickly. They are the family-owned Omega authorized dealer that lent this new release in for review. I really appreciate them sending brand new release watches in for me to feature. They are an excellent authorized dealer, so if you are shopping any Omega, I recommend them, and we'll link their store below. Now let's start with the Lume shot. Like all traditional divers from modern Omega, this has a bitone lume application, and you really can't tell by examining the tone of the lume in bright conditions. It all just looks like a nice baby blue color. But in low light, you will see all indexing related to the hours done in a cyan blue tone, while the minute hand, the bezel pip, or in a sense everything related to the minutes are executed in green. The lume is strong and does last a long time. As far as bezel action goes, this has good action. It's not the best I've tried from Omega, but it is certainly not outside of what you should expect at this price. The coin edging provides nice traction for your fingers. There's a loud sound to the positional changes. It does require a little bit more torque than I prefer to make the positional changes, and there will be no backplay. Now inside the watch is one of my favorite Omega calibers, and you won't be able to view it behind this new medallion style case back, but this is the caliber 8912. It's a META certified master chronometer with excellent specifications and very nice movement finishing. This will have a free sprung balance wheel set and a full balance bridge, a silicone hairspring. It's great with shock and stability and accuracy. It's very anti-magnetic, and this caliber has 60 hours of power reserve that will be held in twin in-series barrels. The movement also has a tri-level coaxial escapement system and very smooth winding action. Naturally, there is no ghost date position in the conical thread down crown, and the best part about this is the time zone hour complication. So you can independently bump or adjust the hour hand forward or backward by 1 hour intervals independent of hacking the balance and thereby interrupting the timekeeping. It's a very easy to use movement, and I just think it's very practical. Now let's go to this outside and natural light on wrist. I really like this bracelet. It's beautiful. The links have a wide brushed center link with high polished flanking outer links. These are all held together with screw type pins. The links are rather short and there are half links included, so you will be able to dial in a great fit on wrist. A simple wrist roll, especially again outside of natural light, really shows off the upper level light play. Pretty is the word that comes to my mind. Now the clasp is another strong element. It's milled, it's signed, there's a twin push button release. It's not as huge as the Seamaster Professional clasp, and I think that is a good thing. This still has that toolless quick adjustment system that is accessed underneath the clasp. It's very well engineered and very well executed. Overall, I really like this new summer blue color scheme. I like the new caseback medallion. I do think that this is probably the most eye-grabbing version of the Seamaster 300. I definitely think it's worth the $300 premium over the other standard stainless steel variations that are on a bracelet. But what about negative aspects? Are there any weak parts to this watch or elements that could be improved? I think a couple things come to my mind, and let me know if you agree with me or if I am just getting a little bit too picky. I am known to do that. Although Omega has placed anti-reflective treatment on the underside of this flame fusion sapphire crystal, I do think it needs to be improved. The Professional, the Planet Ocean, the Ultra Deep, the Aquaterra, they all have fantastic ARC, and so I think this one is still lacking. I understand it's a heritage design release, but the reflections can be distracting at times, and I find that a little bit frustrating. There are also a lot of polished areas on the case, the bracelet, and that crystal retaining ring. Wear marks will be easy to see. I don't consider it something that should keep you from the watch, as it does pay dividends with that light play, with the presence, but it is something to keep in mind. And lastly, I would have thought this was a prime opportunity to lume the bezel insert, just like the other variations of the 300. This has a ceramic insert, which is more scratch resistant than the aluminum, but it just isn't quite as dynamic in low light conditions. It's also the more expensive model between the two, and to not have a feature that helps that base model, the lesser priced model, is a bit disappointing. But overall, I'm really excited about this one. I'm glad to have had the opportunity to film it. I'd be interested to know what you think, and which of the Summer Blue releases has your eye. All links will be below. Again, shout out to Exquisite Timepieces. If you have questions, please ask me in the comment section and I will respond to you. If you got something from this video, I would appreciate a like. And if you could help me out by subscribing to my channel, that would really mean a lot. Thank you.